Olá, boa noite. O Exou Biribó, hoje com o vídeo 5 de Memória. Sádia está em Dracônia, mas por um golpe de Cassim, que talvez seja o seu irmão, que a atraiu para lá, todo exibido, embora ele próprio esteja preso no palácio por conspiração. Sádia será obrigada então a voltar para sua terra, o que ela não quer de jeito nenhum, pretendendo isso sim chegar à fortaleza voadora e unir-se ao exército clerical. Fortaleza voadora, flutuante.
Tomorrow the fortress will set out, and I'll be on it. The world must recognize once and for all what I'm made of. How? They locked me up in here.
Não tenho muito como chegar lá, não. Cama.
Mustn't look at it for too long. Never. I'm tired. But if I fall asleep, they'll take me back to Fazar at dawn. That must not happen.
Nada mais por lugar nenhum, até o salão principal.
I must join the battle. Let me talk to the Admiral.
I'm truly sorry, but no. And now, please go back and sleep.
Planta.
Wasn't it completely still a moment ago? The leaves are swaying in the wind, but there's no wind here.
Espírito do ar.
An air spirit is playing in front of the window. Hey, you're an air spirit, aren't you?
Vem até aqui.
Come to me.
Não. Fale comigo.
Talk to me. Why are you here?
Me ajude.
I need your help. Can you carry me the way the air mage is carried?
Eu acho que a que vai dar certo é brinque comigo.
Let's play.
Vamos brincar de voar, de dançar, de jogar esconde-esconde ou de sermos amigos. Esconde-esconde.
Let's play hide and seek.
Como? Você se esconde de mim, eu me escondo de você, ou você se esconde dos magos, ou você me esconde dos magos.
We'll both hide from the mages. What shall we do? They would find us right away in this room.
Is that her?
Yes, but what is she doing here?
Admiral?
I thought the evil mage had locked you up in his tower.
Yes, but I jumped out of the window.
I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Eh, Wahim?
Take me with you to the battle. I won't disappoint you.
And she has courage.
Yes, but no weapon. Besides, she almost played into Cassim's hands. I think it's too risky.
Eu sou inocente.
I didn't know about the prince's plan.
I heard, but how do I know that you won't unknowingly aid him again? As long as we don't know his plans, I won't take any further risks.
Eu vou arranjar uma arma.
What sort of weapon do I need in order to come with you?
We're fighting against demons, so something blessed would be good. Bring me some kind of weapon, and my companion will take care of the blessing. He's a Deont.
Diont would be more like it.
Ariakos, please.
Arma bendita.
Does it matter what sort of weapon I bring you?
Something you fought with before. Leave everything else to my cleric.
E a batalha?
What do you know about the battle?
It is said that the demon lord Borberad is planning an invasion of the damned in the Gorian desert, and Rohal the Wise will oppose him. Rohal's troops have been preparing for the big day for months in Zorgan. Meanwhile, more and more demon scum are forcing their way out of Borberad's portal into the Gorian desert.
A lot of effort for a slaughter that will only last a few hours.
However it may end, it will change Aventuria forever.
A fortaleza flutuante.
Why a flying fortress?
No matter what, we must prevent the plague of demons from spreading. That's why we're carrying the battle directly to Borberad's door. No living thing has ever faced so many creatures from the nether hells as we will in 3 days' time.
You should know, demons are tough, nearly invincible.
One must lure them onto sacred ground in order to defeat them, and since we can't do that, we'll bring the sacred ground to them. Keshalri is a monumental floating temple built to carry the light of the gods into the middle of the armies of darkness.
O exército de demônios.
What will it be like to fight against demons?
Horrible. There's nothing more terrible than being exposed to the madness of such a creature.
They don't act or think as we do. Their bodies are not made of flesh and blood, and they're almost invulnerable to common magic.
How does one kill something like that?
With blessed weapons, a lot of luck, courage,
And a gigantic flying fortress.
Draconia.
Why are you anchored outside Draconia?
The air elementalists helped us build Keshalri. We had hoped they would continue to support us.
but they're only interested in elements and the harmonies of the spheres, not in politics, no matter how bloody.
The Council will merely send a group of observers on board, but no more than that.
Good. Then there'll be someone who can tell the world about me.
That would be much too selfless for that bunch.
The elementalists have long planned to withdraw from the fate of the world. They expect that the battle will make this decision easier for them.
In other words, they hope it'll be so disgustingly bloody that they'll never have to leave their little ivory tower again.
If that ivory tower still exists at that point.
I'll be back soon.
Mesmo.
There are 7 runes engraved on it. I don't know how, but I definitely feel it. We're right in the center of Draconia here.
Mapa.
They're planning their attack. Is that the Gorian desert?
Yes, and the enemy's fortress lies in the middle. Hordes of demons are going to pour out of the portals. We'll attack from here.
Selo.
That looks like it's an image of the mask. But what is it doing here, in Draconia?
Many unexpected things rest in these halls, my lady. Draconia practically lives off this mysterious aura.
It's oddly warm, just like everything down here.
Lâmpada.
That's no regular fire. It keeps changing its shape. The halls are filled with the crackling of lanterns.
Vai dizer a mesma coisa para outra lâmpada?
That's no regular fire. It keeps changing its shape. The halls are filled with the crackling of lanterns.
Só para desencargo de consciência?
Something's different about this lamp.
Deu certo, essa é diferente.
This flame sounds different from the others. It almost appears to be singing. We're in the foundation of the fortress. The pillars stretch into infinity. There's nothing else in these vaults, just this one room.
Vamos para a sala do dragão. Não. Sala do dragão não é uma boa opção. O observatório. 3 chifres.
3 horns on a platform. War is raging outside, and the mages are listening to the spheres. But if the demons win, there'll be nothing left to listen to. The horns can be turned.
Ah, apontar para onde eles devem, para qual esfera eles devem se voltar.
They appear to be floating. What kind of sound is that? I've never heard anything like it. What is that? It sounds like a whisper. They appear to be floating.
Esse daqui, então, só estragou o que estava mostrando.
The whisper is getting louder.
You must find the garden. The name is in the garden, and without the name, the mask is worthless.
I know, but where shall I begin? No one here knows where it is, let alone whether it even exists.
It does exist, but to find it, you need the mask. I'm so close. While the most powerful men in Avestan smash heads in the Gorian desert, I'll restore the realm of my fathers, and there will be no one left to stand in my way.
Is this the same garden the staff spoke of? What is Kasim planning?
Vamos para o telhado.
She's attending to the plants.
You are the woman from Fazar, correct? Weren't you sent to your room?
Isn't that strictly my business?
I'll just ask Xerxes. Xerxes!
A gente quer salvar.
Now I can fly to the fortress any time. But first I need to know what this garden is all about. The power that Kasim seeks there could help us in battle.
Pega a chaleira
And now, where shall I put it?
e põe no forno. Agora sai rapidamente e entra pela outra janela. E pega a adaga e foge. Agora leva a adaga pro almirante para provar que ela tem uma arma para batalha.
Haroon's dagger is now my dagger. Bless this weapon for me.
A simple dagger.
I'm fast and agile with it. It has done me loyal service.
That's enough for me. However, the blessing will take some time. Pick it up from me later.
He commands the flying fortress. A cleric of Hazinda is sitting next to the admiral. What does the goddess of knowledge have to do with a bloody battle?
O plano do príncipe, Ariarcos.
I eavesdropped on the prince. He's looking for some garden. He wants to use it to seize power after the battle.
Surely not the Garden of Oblivion.
You know something about it?
Well, yes. It's just a legend, but they say there's a hidden cave somewhere in the Rashtulian wall, near the volcano Rashtul Kansharot. The cave bears the name the Garden of Oblivion, because everything that takes place there is forgotten by time itself, whatever that means.
Does the legend also mention a mask?
Yes. There was something about that, but I'd have to do some research to be sure.
That doesn't sound like something I need to concern myself with. If Kasim's attention is really on a cave in the Rashtulian wall and not on the battle, then he's no longer my problem, so we can safely turn our attention towards our actual goal.
The Garden of Oblivion? Have you ever heard of that?
No, never. But the story gets stranger from page to page. I may be mistaken, but something about this garden feels wrong. I can't say what just yet.
Keep reading.
Admiral Wahim turned a deaf ear to every warning, but I felt the danger emanating from this garden. The girl, on the other hand, had tasted blood. I think she imagined the garden was something that could help her achieve her ambitions, only she didn't know precisely how.
Well, are you taking me with you or not?
I don't know what you think, Wahim, but I like her.
All right then. We set sail at dawn. Rest until then. The cots in Keishalri are far less comfortable than those here. You've come just in time, Xerxes. The girl has just joined our army, which, in my eyes, makes her a good bit more sensible than your entire council.
All right. If you vouch for her, as long as she doesn't hurl us all into disaster, I don't care.
He didn't like that at all.
Quite right. Well, back to the fortress for me. Here's to a glorious battle, you two.
I'm going to look round the library a bit. The talk of this Garden of Oblivion has made me curious.
Canto escuro.
How odd. Light is falling on the corner, and yet it's as dark as the deepest night.
E o que ela vai fazer lá no canto escuro?
I hear a whisper, like something evil lives there. What's that? In the center of the darkness, there's a pedestal. And on top of that, feels like a lamp. I'll take it. Huh? Did the darkness come from the lamp then?
Ela recolheu a escuridão.
It feels like a lamp, but it's emanating darkness instead of light.
E se eu juntar isso com o rubi?
It takes more than a simple almandin to brighten up this darkness.
Até o salão principal. Agora que eu não estou mais presa, eu posso ir no laboratório de mineral sem o cara chamar o Xerxes, ou vai chamá-lo e ele não vai dar bola?
Xerxes!
Calm down. I'm allowed to leave my room now.
Esse laboratório.
What sort of room is this?
A workshop.
And what do you do here?
As an ore elementalist, I study stones and crystals.
And dangerous artifacts.
Those too.
Investigações.
What are you studying now?
An elemental sphere. Don't bother me, I have a good feeling right now. The work is going very smoothly.
A máscara.
What do you know about this mask here?
I don't like it. It gives me an uneasy feeling.
Buscar a máscara.
Examine the mask.
Later.
When later?
Please, stop harassing me with your annoying questions. I feel good about this sphere right now. I need to make use of this inspiration.
Penso que eu vou seguir instruções de uma mulher. Boas vibrações?
You only research things that give you a good feeling?
I associate warmth and light with the sphere. With the mask, I associate only cold flesh and death. Does that answer your question?
Como você se sente agora?
How are you feeling now?
I associate warmth and light with the sphere. With the mask, I associate only cold flesh and death.
Ah, vou ter que usar feitiço nele. O bastão mágico.
Have you taken a closer look at the staff on the table?
Briefly.
And?
It is ensouled. Longer study will show what lies within.
Aha.
É alguma coisa dele, cálice.
He knocked it off the table in his fury.
Pedra de afiar.
A round piece of rock. What is this then?
It's a whetstone. I'm indifferent towards it. It just serves its purpose.
O artefato mágico.
It's aligned with this orb. Why not with the mask? What are you doing there?
I'm a researcher. I'm researching. How's that for an answer?
He's as hard-edged as a stone wall. Street merchants use this to thrash little children when they catch them stealing. You must have a lot to keep clean.
Yes, and I hate it. I hate this broom.
It smells terrible. Is that your tea?
Yes, it keeps me warm. Its aroma reminds me of comforting things and good times.
Vou ter que usar cálice, chá, forno, todas as coisas quentes.
I can see the heat rise above it. It's hot. How can I get him to examine it? I must learn more about it.
Stay away. This artifact might be dangerous.
Rosto de pedra.
A stone face is protruding from the wall. It's winking at me. Hey! No answer.
Mas daí eu tenho que pegar o bastão.
They chained it to the table. It looks as though we're finally rid of each other. Aren't you talking to me anymore? As you wish. What happened to Rahwan was terrible. I hope you know that.
Tábua, tablete.
It's broken. The stone tablet is broken.
Don't remind me. I tripped and now it's ruined. Every time I think about it, I almost lose my will to live.
Minerais.
A pile of rocks. What are these rocks?
Don't be arrogant. They're not mere rocks. They're ores, and very important and valuable to me.
Para o salão principal. Para outra interrogação aqui em cima. Estátua de gelo.
Someday, they'll erect a statue like this for me. It's ice cold.
Para a sala de leitura. Estante.
Do you see anything that interests you?
No, nothing. Why is it so cold here?
The Library of Draconia is supervised by the Ice Faculty. Writing is like ice. It freezes a moment in time. In this case, for eternity.
He seems to be quite in his element.
The ice djinn in these halls has shown me the way to an ancient text. It's one of the few in which the Garden of Oblivion is mentioned.
And?
It's a travelogue by a mage named Halef ben Jalif. He was a servant of one of the Mogul mages and sent out to find the garden.
Which Mogul mage?
The last of the Moguls, Malakar. Unfortunately, he never found the garden, and fearing punishment, he began to hide from his master's lackeys. He feared that if he were found, they would, here I quote, "First place the mask on me, and then transform me into a lifeless artifact."
What sort of artifact?
Who knows? Perhaps a ring or a bracelet.
Or a staff?
Those old Moguls really knew how to ruin someone's life.
What was his name again?
He was called Halef ben Jalif. I wonder if they ever caught him.
Halef ben Halif.
What else do you know about Ben Jalif?
Not much. He was given the mask and sent out to find the garden. That's all it says here.
E o Jardim do Esquecimento.
What does the log say about the garden?
It says that some sort of magic word is buried in the garden. A word that will awaken the true power of Malakar's mask, and that 3 secret chambers will point the way there. The rest is just incoherent nonsense.
Are you sure?
Yes. The search for the garden must have gone to Jalif's head. He babbles that the place was created by an ancient entity, a servant of time, and that Satinav, the Lord of Time, separated the garden from our spheres, so that nothing that happens in the garden would have consequences for our reality. Then there's something about lies that become truth, and a hole in the Book of Time. Obviously the inventions of a half-wit.
3 câmaras.
3 chambers show the way?
Yes, their entrances are located somewhere in Draconia. Keep an eye out for this symbol. You can have the pages, if you like.
Thank you.
Na sala do conselho.
However, to open the chambers, you need to have the mask with you. Until you have the mask, there's no point in searching for the chambers.
Are you inciting me to steal?
I'm only here to pass on knowledge. What you do with it is your business, and yours alone.
Servente do tempo.
The garden was created by a servant of time?
Correct. They say this servant sleeps in the 3 chambers and waits for a mage to wake him.
Does it have to be a mage?
Yes. Only the presence of magic will disturb his sleep.
Satinav.
Who is Satinav?
Satinav is the guardian of time. He watches over the Book of Time and makes sure that no one disturbs or changes the things written there.
Has anyone ever seen him?
No, he's only a legend.
O verdadeiro poder da máscara.
There's a spell buried in the garden which will waken the true power of the mask? What is its true power?
It says here that the mask presents its bearer with a choice. He either decides for sweet oblivion or to undo things which once happened, as if they never came to pass.
That sounds very powerful.
Oh yes, it does. More than a few would murder for such power.
That's enough for now.
You know, I find it curious that you've never heard anything about this at all. I noticed your tattoo. You're a descendant of Malakar yourself, aren't you? Have you learned nothing from your forefathers?
No, I'm hearing about all this for the first time.
And our prince, above the observatory. He's your brother, isn't he? I just wonder what drives you. An uncanny determination glows in your eyes. Either you'll achieve the impossible, or you'll descend into the deepest madness.
I won't be stopped.
I only want to warn you. Please, take care of yourself.
Se só esses símbolos aqui em cima.
What kind of runes are these?
Oh, those are the symbols of the 6 elements. That rune stands for fire. That's clearly the symbol for air. That symbol represents ice. That symbol stands for water. That's probably the symbol for ore.
Tá certo.
That's the symbol for earth, if I'm not mistaken.
Just where have I seen this before?
Vidreira de cores.
I see water on the other side. It's shiny and clean. Just a moment, there's an odd indentation.
Aqui ela vem para outro lugar que ela não sabe o que é.
I've never seen anything like it. What's that?
You wouldn't understand even if I were willing to explain it to you.
Vai usar a escuridão aqui nesse brilho?
Stay away from me with those toys. I could very easily break through this darkness if I wanted to.
I know now who you are. Your name is Halef ben Jalif. You were Malaka's servant. He sent you to find the Garden of Oblivion, but you only made it as far as Draconia. As a punishment, the mask was placed on you. Your memory was stolen, and you were made into what you are now. Yes.
What did the staff say?
It's not written here. The air elementalist could only write down what his spirit observed, not what happened in Saj's mind.
Rats! I've been waiting for this moment for so long, and now this.
So you're a victim of the mask yourself. I suppose I can forgive you.
Ah, agora eu tenho os feitiços aqui. Enviar uma visão com o cálice para atingir o adepto dos minérios. E agora eles têm que se sentir quente. Cristal, não se sabe o que, máscara, vassoura, pedra de afiar, chá, forno, bastão, tabuleta ou minerais. Treco brilhante, placa quebrada e vassoura.
I would break off my work on the sphere, but there's no good alternative at the moment.
Tenho que fazer ele se interessar na máscara. Então, máscara, mesa de chá e minerais.
How repulsive. How can something so beautiful conjure such ill feelings? Time to devote myself to something nicer. So that's it.
Is there anything new?
The mask is a reservoir. It stores memories.
Sure, by draining them from people.
Yes, but that's trivial. What's really fascinating is that it stores everything which happens around it. It's as though it observes the world in silence and takes note of everything. If we were to succeed in reversing its effect, we would have access to an enormous archive of past times. I have a good feeling about this.
Inverter a magia da máscara?
How can the magic of the mask be reversed?
That sort of thing takes time. I would attempt to weave a modification of a reverse Salis into a gemstone and then attach that to the mask. If the spell inside the mask is then recited, it should have the converse effect. Instead of emptying the wearer, it would begin to transmit stored memories to him.
Se quer uma joia, eu tenho o rubi aqui.
Take this ruby, weave the reversal spell into it, and reverse the effect of the mask.
I told you, it isn't that easy. First, I need to examine the quality of the stone. Possibly grind it again.
We don't have time for that. I want to know what the mask knows.
Pressionar.
Do as I tell you.
Such an intervention is dangerous.
I need everything I can get my hands on in order to survive in the gore. My life is at stake here, so do it.
Yeah, we can do all that. You'll now become either completely stupid or entirely enlightened. Fadan faskadan, esplasta quatan, murilor, gras farel goran, hulbe mutir gerul felan, juntir quatan feluntir zudan. Hey, can you hear me?
I had a vision.
Someone else's memory? So it worked!
You sound surprised.
You're very lucky that you're still able to speak. What else did you learn? Did you learn any new skills? If so, show me.
Ativar ou desativar?
You can cast spells?
I only remember this one spell. No, wait. There's more.
The more frequently you call upon the memories in the mask, the more they'll be accessible to you. Take off the mask. Do you still remember?
No. The spells are gone.
As I suspected, the effect is only active as long as you wear the mask. Put it on again and cast the second spell.
Enviar uma visão pro cálice com a vassoura, a pedra de amolar e o cristal.
Stop playing with my thoughts. Let me try one more thing. Remove the ruby and put the mask on again. Can you still cast spells?
Yes. I remember more and more.
Ha! I'm brilliant! Once the ruby has created a connection between the wearer and the mask, the bond remains even without the stone. That's enough for now. Give me the mask and you can go.
Eu vou petrificar esse cara aqui.
He was turned into a small crystal. I suppose the spell isn't very precise about what sort of stone it transforms someone into. I'll only transform him back once I know where that garden is.
Posso pegar o bastão?
Yes, that's true.
Ele fica falando besteira no ouvido dela, mas ela não pode pegá-lo.
It takes people's memories away and leaves them behind as empty shells. That scares me. I won't put it on again before I've found those 3 chambers. Whatever this is for. What is it? What do you want? The face is reacting to the strange orb. I think it wants to follow me as long as I have the orb. Whatever it is, elemental spirits seem to be magically attracted to it.
Eu vou atrair esse com o espírito do mineral.
With this orb, the elemental spirits follow me like moths follow a candle flame. It doesn't work. Apparently, the effect of the orb can't be reversed. Looks like the orb and the darkness can't be combined.
Outra interrogação aqui, vai pra lá. Lago.
An underground lake. I feel a rhythm, like a heartbeat.
Ornamento.
It's only a part of the seal. Something's still missing. A single hand rests in the center of the ornament.
Monumento.
Another dragon monument? These halls seem to have no end.
Hey! Hey! Hello! Sadia Al-Kabir!
Only a little light is shining through. Behind it, I can see the shape of a large statue.
A estátua de gelo tá ali em cima. E o que ela vai fazer? Tem que pegar esse peixe brilhante ali?
Spirits of the water, rise.
Pegou mais um monstro agora. Espírito da água. Sala do conselho. Aqui pegar o espírito do fogo.
Spirit of the flame, come with me.
Então já pegou todos os monstros da face da terra? Não, falta o da... justamente o da terra, que ela tem que pegar lá no jardim. Abrir o selo com a máscara. Vai para uma sala secreta. Banquinho. Pegue seu banquinho e saia de mansinho. Planta.
Plants are growing from the walls. Is this an anteroom of the garden? I could petrify them all with my spell.
E o banquinho?
Is that an invitation? I feel the mask in my pocket. It's pulling me, drawing me there.
É só para ver um filme 3D.
No. I can feel the gaze of the eye in the back of my neck.
Petrificar as plantas?
Who is doing magic in my chamber? I've slept for so long. Please, awaken me with your magic.
Ativar?
Don't be frightened. Remain seated. There's something you should know. Listen well, and you will understand. Once there was Satinav, the guardian of time. Satinav wrote everything that happened, was going to happen, and had happened in his book of time. Anyone who deviated from the path written in the book or sought to rewrite time was punished by Satinav with the worst punishment that could ever be inflicted on anyone. He ripped
the poor soul from its existence as if it had never been there at all. What no one remembers is that Satinav had a servant. Me, the Djinn of Time, Nemoremnon. In the name of my lord I roamed the ages, punishing heretics and healing the rents in the fabric of time that their heresy had caused. I was powerful, and yet I was only a servant to the boundless tyranny of a careworn master. Then came the day on which everything would change. When a woman came before Satinav with her dead son. She begged for the life of her child, for an adjustment of time. But Satinav, in his infinite cruelty, would not listen. I, however, took pity on the creature, and in an act of boundless benevolence, I created my mightiest tool, a mask. My mask. And I gave it to the creature, so that never again would anyone lose something so precious.
Weird. What are you doing?
Psst. An earth spirit is sleeping beneath us. It sees to the fertility of the soil. Right now, it's asleep. Please be quiet, all right?
That I would meet him here of all places. As far as I'm concerned, he can rot in that hole. Hey, Kasim. He's ignoring me.
E você, monstro? Espírito do ar.
Another air spirit is playing close to the wall. His presence made a rune appear. He isn't reacting. Perhaps he's a higher being than the other spirits. Yalla, come out.
Mais monstro. Espírito me dê gelo.
Come out, whoever you are.
Livre estou, livre estou. Vai aparecer a Frozen. Não falei? Elementalista.
That rune stands for fire. That's clearly the symbol for air.
Então fogo é o último. O ar que já está lá é o primeiro.
That symbol represents ice.
Gelo.
That symbol stands for water.
Água.
That's probably the symbol for ore.
Mineral.
That's the symbol for earth, if I'm not mistaken.
Espírito do ar.
Come here.
He won't listen to you, Sadia. And why should he? You're completely powerless against the forces that surround you.
At least I didn't let them chain me up like a dog.
Tá, então o do ar é fixo aqui. E pelo pela ordem que tinha lá na biblioteca. Depois do ar vinha o gelo. Depois a água. Mineral, terra e fogo. Ah, selo aqui.
It's shaped like the mask.
Pegue seu banquinho e saia de mansinho.
Again, I can barely stay awake. Open my eye.
Ativar.
You have returned. Here now, the second act of my tale. The history of the mask. The mask presents the creatures of the world a choice. Upon those who wear it and speak the ancient incantation written upon it, I bestow blessed forgetfulness, so that the pain of loss gives way to an unsullied new beginning. If the wearer speaks my true name, however, I appear to them and fulfill any wish they have. Whatever was lost, I recover from the depths of the past and bring into the present. Thus, over the years, the dead have awoken to new life, and kingdoms have shone with old glory. My beneficence was boundless, and in my mercy I have overwritten the tyranny of the Book of Time. Yes, it was my name that did all this. My name outshone everything. Not Nemoremnon, as the giants call me, but rather my true name, my secret name. Satinav sought to banish my name into oblivion. But again I outwitted him. In the shadow of Luz, I found the one place into which my master could not see. There I dug a hole, and in this hole I placed my name. And from my name grew a garden. Anyone who wore the mask and found the garden would also find my name. My name in my garden. The garden of eternal oblivion. The garden of my forgotten name.
E agora o rubi está encantado? Posso misturar o rubi com a escuridão?
Is it possible to reverse the effect of the darkness? Yes, now it's as bright as the sun. The ruby reverses the effect of the magical darkness. Now I have a regular old lamp.
Para fora aqui. Usar a luz invertida nesse vitral. O andar de baixo é lá no rio subterrâneo. Pra cá o lago subterrâneo. Ah, tá, agora tá brilhante aqui.
It's only a part of the seal. Something's still missing. There's only part of it on the paper, but the cleric said I have to find the whole symbol to find the Garden of Oblivion. The drawing fits exactly.
Nem vou dizer o que ela tem que fazer com o banquinho.
You're back. Awaken me, and we can end this tale. Ah, there's one more thing you must understand. My garden and the surreal miracle of which it is capable. Oh, how I love it. My garden, with my name. How singular it is, how beautiful, and how jealous it makes Satinav. Yes, he hates it. He hates it so much that he separated it from your world. He hates that he cannot see into it, that he doesn't know what happens there. Whenever someone enters my garden, his quill pauses, and a page in his book, in which all else is written, remains blank. He hates it so much he decided that nothing that happens inside it can have any consequence for the world outside. Go in and break a branch, go out, and in the eyes of the world, it was never broken. But whisper what happened in the garden into Satinav's invisible ear, and he will add it to his book of truth. Only then do these actions become reality and the branch broken. Tell him what you will. If he believes you, then every word becomes true. But woe unto you if he learns that you have lied. Then he'll show his true face. He'll pursue you, and he'll tear you to pieces. For he is old, jealous, and depraved. Only I am great. Sadya, you have come so far. Embark on the final leg of your journey. Follow the path from Draconia down to Satinav's watching pillar. There, I'll appear to you, and if you wish, show you my garden. My garden. My name. My great mercy.
I didn't understand that bit with the branch.
You mean the garden?
I mean everything. The garden, the mask. I couldn't really follow all that, could you?
I didn't think it hard to follow.
O Jardim do Esquecimento.
The Garden of Oblivion. Why does every word become true there?
As far as I understood it, it's because Satinav doesn't know what happens in the garden, but he has to know it in order to write it down in the Book of Time.
Does everything have to be in that book?
Apparently. In any case, his ignorance makes him furious. That's why he made sure that everything that happens in the garden doesn't affect the outside world until someone tells him about it. What would be a good example? Let's say you take a ring into the garden and enchant it there, all right?
All right.
As soon as you leave the garden, the spell vanishes.
Why?
Because you enchanting the ring isn't written in the Book of Time. And if it isn't written in the Book of Time, it didn't happen. Only once you talk about it outside the garden.
And Satinav hears me.
And Satinav believes you. Only then will he open his book and write, Geron went into the Garden of Oblivion and enchanted Brida's ring. And then the ring is enchanted.
What if I lie?
Well, if Satinav believes you, then the lie becomes true. At least, until he finds out that you lied. Something tells me he doesn't like being manipulated.
You got all that from the journal?
I thought it was obvious.
Mask.
What can the mask do again?
It presents you with a decision. If you wear it and speak the formula on the inside, you lose all your memories. But if you speak the name of the Djinn of Time, He appears to you and brings a piece of your past into the present.
Agora entendi tudo.
I guess I sort of understand, but by the 12, the world was mad back then.
Oh, nonsense. On the contrary, back then it was full of real magic. A mask that brings back the past, a garden that makes lies the truth. Compared to all that, the miserable hocus-pocus we know today is nothing.
Keep reading. Oh no. What comes next?
Someone else added something here in the margin. After my princess learned the way to the garden, she came to me one last time. The staff!
I don't know what awaits me there, but I will go to the Garden of Oblivion. I have to know what Kasim wanted there.
Be my guest. I wouldn't dream of standing in the way of your madness.
I want to apologize to you. You always wondered why I freed you from the burial chamber. Well, I needed an audience. Someone who would observe all my deeds and remember them forever. I only needed to impress you enough, and you would have never forgotten me. I used you.
And why are you telling me this now?
It's the garden. It scares me.
Scared? You?
The Djinn of Time is a wrathful being. Also, I could be playing into Kasim's hands there. I'm afraid I'll never come back out, and the world will forget me forever.
Oh, that won't happen. No. You're a wonderful woman. If I had knees, I would have proposed to you a long time ago. I thought you wanted to impress me.
You hated me a moment ago, and now you're in love with me?
What makes you think that? You're the last woman I would fall in love with. The woman I would fall in love with is dangerous and unpredictable. Mysterious. Moody.
That sounds just like me.
No. The woman I would fall in love with is so calculating and devious that I could never trust her. But you, Shahrazad, I trust you now. For whatever reason that may be.
The Air Mage already declared his willingness to come along to the Flying Fortress as an observer. I asked him to take you on board with him.
You what? Now that we are finally friends, you're going to send me to my death just like that?
If I survive the garden and make it to the battle, I want to fight alongside you.
Then please survive. I do not want to wind up in the nether hells all by myself.
You won't.
I'm serious, Shahrazad. If you don't come out, then I'll come and get you.
Don't worry. It doesn't matter how hopeless my situation is. I always have something up my sleeve. I'll be back soon. Right. There we are. The trail led me here. It seems to be just a normal old rock. First, I should make sure I can get out again. The trail led me here.
Ah, lá tem uma corda aqui. Amarra a corda e desce. Tem outro banquinho aqui, um banquinho de pedra.
You really did come. Put on my mask. And dream of my name.
Estou sonhando com esse nome impronunciável.
What an honor. My ruby on the holy mask of the Djinn of Time. Satya, really? Now all I lack is the name of the Djinn.
As if I would ever tell you that.
Oh, you don't need to. Have you forgotten that we're in the Garden of Oblivion? Everything that happens here will only be real if someone tells Satinav about it. My servant will simply claim that I found you here and tortured you until you finally told me the name. No actual blood and only one little lie. But the lie will be truth in the eyes of the world. I'll leave this place, and it'll be as if you really had revealed the name. But shh! Keep it between us.
I will find you, and I will destroy you.
Of course you will.
I can't reach it without help.
Hello? Hello? Hey!
There you are. I thought you were going to abandon me. Let's get out of here.
Halt! One move and you're dead.
Oh.
Climb back into the hole. Now!
Quem é você?
You're a girl of the streets, am I right?
Shut your mouth.
Yes, you are. You're not tattooed. Kasim has always loved playing with destitute little girls.
Shut your mouth.
O que te preocupa?
Why are you trembling? Shouldn't I be the one who is afraid?
Kazim said I should kill you if you don't obey.
Really?
Don't make me do it.
Mate.
Go on. Shoot.
This is my last warning. Jump into the hole.
Adivinhar a mentira, negar a mentira ou expor a mentira?
What did you tell Satinav? How did Kasim torture me? Huh?
I'm going to shoot you.
Do it. Kill me.
I can't.
Você não pode me matar, não?
Oh. You can't kill me. At least not out here. You said that I died in the garden, didn't you?
Stop it!
Eu tenho que
But then,
negar.
how can I be standing here, talking to you? By the gods! Where did she go?
Satinav tore the girl to pieces. With that, he corrected the course of things. The prince no longer knew the name of the Djinn of Time, and Sadja was once again free. My air spirit took her to the flying fortress and then reported back to me. Although it's impossible for him to lie, I advised him to be careful with his report. Every event that took place in the garden must be told as close to the truth as possible in order not to play into the hands of the garden's twisted logic. That ends the entry.
Is that all?
Right at the end, there's something on the last page.
What's that shouting outside?
I'll look. Geron! The Ptolemies have been spotted in the forest. The town is preparing to hunt them down.
This on top of everything else.
This time the army and the School of Arcane Combat are involved too.
Can you try to stop them?
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks.
Capítulo 6.
The whole forest is swarming with mages and soldiers. We should split up. How's your wing?
Fine.
Good. Then you can search the forest from above and I'll stay below. We'll meet back here. You got that?
Yes. I hope I can find this place again.
Nuri, this is your old waterfall. You lived here for years.
Yes, that's right. See you soon.
Capítulo 5 completo. Então é isto. Hoje vamos parando por aqui. O Exou Biribó, agradecendo a presença, o apoio, as dicas, a torcida, desejando boa noite até amanhã. Por enquanto eu fui.